So here is a hypocrisy that I just can't stand, and I have to tell you why I can't stand it, and it's going to be aimed at the right, at the Republicans specifically. And this is not to justify the left and how they are, but I have to call out the right because they're the ones currently in power. Now, the right is always complaining. For years I have heard them complain about the left, Soros, the protests, how the protesters are getting paid to cause chaos and ruin property, and that's all bad. Yes, it was all very bad. The summer of love of 2020, burning down police departments and all that kind of stuff, burning down mom and pop shops, hitting the woman over the head with shovels. Yeah, that was all terrible. I'm not saying it's not. Indeed, it was wrong. Soros should be considered a criminal against humanity for basically using his money throughout the world to cause all sorts of problems that he causes, right? Okay, fair enough. But look at the Republicans now. What are they doing? So they don't like it when there's protests and there's clearly billionaires that are paying for the protests. The FBI setting up people on January 6th, for example, getting them in trouble and all that. But now that they have power, we know that what's going on in Iran, the protests are not completely organic. For example, even Mike Pompeo has said openly that he congratulates the MI6, the CIA, and Mossad for basically fomenting the protests that were going on in Iran a couple of weeks ago. Now, so you guys didn't like all those paid protests, artificial riots that were going on in 2020. I didn't like them either. I think they were bad. I think George Soros and whoever else was behind it should be in trouble for that. But now you're doing the same thing in another country. But it serves your purpose. You're using the CIA, you're using the Mossad connections, you're using the MI6 to foment protests in Iran so you can get your collapse of the regime, and then we could suck Iran dry of its resources or whatever the hell we have planned. Maybe genocide them or blow them up to hell and build some resorts on top of that, you know. We're just not going all the way yet because we can't let our little friend down there get blown up too. So we're trying to figure out how we could get away with this scot-free, kill all the Iranians, and everybody else could be fine. That's what they're trying to do right now. So you're okay with us fomenting all this chaos around the world, being basically scumbags because the chosen ones want that piece of land. Do you not see the insanity behind that logic? Do you not see the total evil hypocrisy behind that logic? You are also a part of the same empire that you hated the left, that you called the left out for using their powers the way they did, using the force of the empire against you. Well, now you're just using the same mechanisms of the empire to get what you say is justified and right. Nah, I ain't signing on to that. I ain't signing on to any of you, the left or the right. You are all imperialist, empire-loving, jackboot-licking thugs. Just my opinion.